What's going on, guys? This is JD Ellis here with xSE7ENxellis Gaming, and I am here with a very special guest, Christian Reyna, who is a realty technological consultant. That's a mouthful. RTC. I don't know if that's a real abbreviation, but hey, we have Christian Reyna here, and we're gonna talk to him. So, Christian Reyna, how are you doing, man?
I'm great. It's actually real estate technology consultant, but you're close.
Real estate.
A lot of interchangeable words. So
interchangeable words.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's definitely okay. All right, so we're gonna play some Fortnite, and we're gonna get some dubs and scrubs, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask him 7 questions, and we're gonna go ahead and learn a little bit more about him today. And in doing so, we're gonna try to win, because honestly, that's what it's all about, playing this game and winning. And you're under you're under the gamer tag Dogtown696969696969.
So that is correct. Yes. So currently, I was very fortunate. So I'm traveling right now. I'm on vacation.
Okay.
And I'm actually using my brother's gamer tag. He was very kind enough to let me borrow his Xbox, so I want to be sure to give him the proper plug and say thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you to your brother for letting you use his game station. That way you can do this interview.
Sure.
All right. So really quickly, while we're diving and going down to Realty Row, have you played Fortnite? See, there you go. Interchangeable words, man. Interchangeable. while we're diving down, have you played Fortnite before?
Yeah, you know what? I have some pretty good experience. I've probably been playing it consistent now for about a year. I know it had been out several years before that, and it just finally kind of came on the radar, during the whole pandemic, just trying to pass the time, and ended up being a lot of fun. Played with a couple guys pretty regularly, so yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. That's always a good thing, like when you find something to help pass the time, and then you either make friends or you're able to actually play with a good group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some guys that I play with, some are really good. Some guys think they're really good, and some guys are really bad. And one guy dies a lot, but you know what? It's fun.
Nice. Okay, cool. So full disclosure, we're not giving out names of these guys, right?
Correct. Yeah. I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus. I'm just saying, hey, there just happens to be guys that are good, some guys that aren't good, and some guys that die a lot.
Nice. That's good. All right. Well, I do not.
I like to think if I had to give myself a rating, how good of a Fortnite player are you?
Yeah.
If you give yourself a 10, meaning if you're using sports games references, LeBron James is a 99. Maybe I'm a 75 to 80, somewhere in that range. Pretty
Nice.
decent.
That is decent.
Good guy to have on the team.
It's actually really good. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm not always leading in kills, but every couple games, put some numbers on the board.
Nice. Well, I got a legendary scar right now. I'm gonna kill somebody, or try to at least.
I just got 2 right now. So.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Real quick though, who is Christian Reyna, man? Let's get into it. Who is Christian Reyna?
So I was actually asked this question not that long ago, and I'm gonna give you the same answer. Christian Reyna is someone that just wants to leave the world in a better place from when he found it.
Nice. That is a good answer. That's actually a really good answer. What does that actually mean for you, as a person? You want to leave it in a better place, as in?
I mean, ultimately, I think whatever it is that you're passionate about, what it is that you do, I'd like to be in a line of work or working towards something that, like I mentioned, whatever that is, whether it's some kind of product or service or some big change that you can make in the world. It's just a lot better than it's in a better place than when it was when I found it, like I said. So you want to work towards just bettering the world overall, whatever that, in whatever capacity that may be.
Wow. Okay. No, yeah, that's really good, man. That's awesome. Wow, that's a great answer. I'm totally blown away by it, just because literally
Yeah, you can steal it. You can steal and use it for future interviews.
So who is xSE7ENxellis? Well, just a person who wants to leave the world in a better place than when he found it.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
That's so great. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, with an answer like that, you've probably seen a lot of things and been through a lot of things to make you feel that way. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, and I kind of feel like you know what I want to accomplish in life. It's always kind of leading towards that goal, so to speak. Like I definitely, like I mentioned, you know, in some way, I'm kind of doing that right now. Maybe not as directly as I'd like, but you know what I mean. But everything I do has that purpose in mind, and I think as long as you can kind of, you know, stay along those lines, then you know I feel like I'm, you know, kind of doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So
Definitely got you. I just got someone down and tagged their people
yeah,
behind me. Got him. All right, cool, man.
got both of them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, got both of them. Wow, like I'm still blown away by that. Okay, so next question. Really quickly, let's play a little game. Have you ever heard of two truths and a lie?
Yeah, I've heard of it. You always get some interesting responses from that, to say the least. Let's just put it that way.
Awesome. Okay, so what are two truths and a lie that we can say, you know, about Christian Reyna?
For sure. Let's see. Number one. All right. Not number one. There's really no order. Okay. I can do a very good Matthew McConaughey impersonation.
Okay. Okay.
I've been to Antarctica. And I know someone that knows xSE7ENxellis potentially.
Oh, okay. 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 So two truths and a lie.
And I'll let you decide which one is are the truths and which ones are the lie.
I'm gonna say I don't know, man, because the answer that you had earlier about who you are and what you want to do, I kind of feel that you have been
Like,
to Antarctica.
Have I been to the
before.
Arctic?
Yeah.
To the Arctic Circle? Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Have
feel
have I rescued some penguins down there? Maybe.
that's always like a question, right? Did you rescue any wildlife down there? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. See, I don't even know what to feel that. I would say to that because honestly, that all seems pretty legit. But I guess that's part of the game, right? You know, two truths and a lie. Try to figure that out.
It's the game of life, my friend. Just cruising.
Nice. And do you do a good Matthew McConaughey impersonation?
Well, you know what? So I've mastered Matthew McConaughey's the dialogue that he uses in Magic Mike. I don't know if that's really PC enough for this stream. But how about this offline? You know, we can. I'll show it to you, and if it's good enough, you know, you can put it in post production.
Okay.
We do that.
Okay, we can do that. We'll do that. We'll definitely do that. Oh my god.
You know, just don't want to be talking about like you know, if you've ever seen Magic Mike, it's a great movie, but you know, I'll just leave it at that.
No, yeah, most definitely. I mean, why try to go any further, right? Are you shooting somebody right now?
Oh, there's one of those bugs coming after me. I got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just trying to make our way towards a circle.
oh yeah.
Let's see. Dang, we got 26 people on the map. I think we might actually get a dub on this one.
You know what? I think we can. Where are we at? We both have 2 eliminations.
Yes, sir. Yes, we do. Jeez. Okay. So I'm still thinking about the two truths and a lie. Okay, so I'm gonna say definite truth is Matthew McConaughey because one, I mean, you just pretty much said it right now that you've mastered it, on at least for a movie quotes. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say that's the truth. Now the lie. I mean, do you know someone who potentially knows me, or oh, there's somebody there. Oh, I'm down. I threw grenades at him. They're gonna keep pushing you, man. He's right there. Yep. Nice. Behind you. Never mind. We got 16 places.
Yeah, right when I turned around.
It's fine. It's all good. So we definitely got a scrub on that, but it's fine. You know why? Because we're having fun answering questions. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get to the next one. I want to let that one simmer for a bit.
Okay. All right. Well, before we get to the next one, let's go ahead and just ready up. And while we're readying up and we're going to the next one, let's go take a brief break and get a word in from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with more questions for Christian Reyna.
Use coupon code xSE7ENxellis at repsports.com to save 15% off your purchase. Demand more raids.
And we're back with more questions with Christian Reyna. Now, yeah, let's go to the next question. Now we've talked a little bit about what you do, which is RTC. That's what I'm going to call it, because I don't want to mess it up again. but it's a technology consultant, real estate technology consultant. There you go.
Yep.
So in doing that, like what made you get into that, or like even like, was this something you picked up before the pandemic, during the pandemic? Was it just something that you were doing and then it just became more so? I mean, pretty much.
For sure.
Pretty much, the main question is like how is life, man? I mean, effects before and after the pandemic.
Yeah, so I feel like those are two different questions, and I'll answer them both. So the first thing is, how did I kind of get into this, real estate technology world? So that's actually a funny story. So it was around 2016. I had a job working at a company. Don't know if we. Let's say that they who should not be named. I was doing okay, and I was just kind of looking for a new challenge. And it's actually kind of funny how it happened. I got an email one day from a recruiter saying like, hey, like, we like your background, and basically it was saying that like I applied for this job. I don't remember ever doing that, to be honest, but a recruiter is reaching out to me, telling me like, hey, here's this new exciting company that is, basically trying to change the way real estate is being done. And I'm like, well, that sounds a lot more interesting than what I'm doing right now. So let's see what's going on. So I remember I went in for an interview, and then they kind of told me what they were looking to do, because at the end of the day, at the time, and even a little bit right now, kind of real estate was in this really archaic way of doing things. And the company that I ended up working for almost 4 years, what they wanted to do was just kind of find a better way to help consumers get in touch with the right real estate agents to make the biggest financial decision that they're going to make in their lives. And then what can we do as a company by using the resources that we have with technology, and creating algorithms to help match consumers with agents, essentially work smarter, not harder. And yeah, we ended up actually, I wouldn't say solving the problem completely. I think even today there's still a lot of work that can be done, but making the right moves, and kind of just always having what's best in mind for both consumer and agent at the same time. That company actually ended up being acquired by a larger company. Again, not too sure if I can name them, but one of the big players, such as like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, Trulia, Movoto. Like, there's all these different websites. I'll just name them all so no one can pinpoint it. But yeah, one of those big players ended up acquiring this company, and then just kind of like, pumped in all their resources, and basically like 10x the business, within a few years. And then that kind of led me to my next journey. Right now I'm working for another company that's in the real estate technology space, that is using artificial intelligence to, again, try and solve the problem of just making the real estate process immensely easier for both consumers and real estate agents. And I've kind of held several positions with like creating teams and departments, and sales processes for trying to accomplish that. So that's kind of where my expertise lies.
Nice. Well, you said artificial intelligence, man. Are you telling me that like Terminator is going to happen in real life? Like, what's going on?
So all I can say is with our AI, it's only going to learn bad behaviors if someone teaches it. So
Okay, fair point.
yeah,
Fair point.
unless someone actually puts it in there for it to learn it, it won't learn it on its own.
Okay. Well, I
As
mean,
far as I know, you know.
yeah, no, I totally get you, but I mean, dude, like artificial intelligence, man, like you just hear that nowadays with anything, and
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, just growing up with the sci-fi and the '80s like culture of how they made it seem, it just seems very scary. Even though like I understand that a program is man-made, so if a man teaches it, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's not so much like it's just
Yeah.
gonna learn it. You know?
Yeah, and it's really interesting to know like what happens. Like for instance, like just give an example. So like what our artificial intelligence is doing is it scans real estate listings. So anytime there's a home that's listed on the market, um, you know, as a consumer, what you do is you tell this technology, hey, like this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want. And by telling the technology that when it's scanning for real estate listings, it's going to look for that. Like if you say, hey, I want my kitchen to have, you know, like white marble granite tops, when it's looking for listings, it knows how to identify that. And
Oh
the way it
wow.
learns that is because either we tell it to, or it sees enough samples, like we're talking millions or billions of samples for it to learn that behavior. So that's something that like we don't need to actually teach it now. Like it just knows what to look for.
Wow. So it's
But again, it's taken millions of samples, you know, to learn that, but it can identify like what the color white is and what like a marble countertop looks like.
nice. So like, I mean, that's equivalent to like hashtag or keywords like on the internet type deal. The only difference is that instead of having to type it in, it's just picking it up. Like it just understands that.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. And then and if it doesn't, so unlike when you see some of these automated assistants like Siri or like Bixby, if they don't know the answer, they don't know the answer. And what we can do by adding the human element to artificial intelligence is, if it doesn't know behavior, we can actually go in and basically tell it, hey, this is actually what this means. So then it doesn't make the same mistake twice. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like if it doesn't know how to do something, we can teach it that, and it's a learned behavior.
Nice. Wow, that's really cool. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that took like a lot of man hours to get that done. I mean, because I can just
Yes,
imagine like all the code and,
that's
everything.
exactly, and that's a lot of smart people on the engineering side. I am on the business side of things. I have a good understanding of how it all works, but you know, not to the extent that they do, but I can at least give you those little explanations about at a kind of a high level overview of like, hey, this is what it does, this is what we can do. And again, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is just to empower people to make better decisions
Better decisions.
with technology. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's
And
awesome.
I think, and one thing I also want to mention that's very important is a lot of people, you know, when you're trying to say like we want to try and put technology, you know, into real estate, and people might think, oh, are you trying to take, you know, jobs away or anything like that? It's like, actually, no. And what you know, AI can't do what an agent can't do, or can do. Sorry, like for instance, the agents are the ones that have that. You know, you're always gonna need that human element to help you negotiate, talk through things that you necessarily can't teach AI, at least not right now. So you know, real estate professionals are still very valuable for the service that we're trying to provide.
Right.
So we're actually trying to assist and like, you know, and provide them with other opportunity, economically, especially, you know.
Nice. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. That's actually really cool, especially because you know, like I mean, just everybody's so dependent on phones or just having things done for them in a sense that I think that this is a right step in the right direction, especially for the future, man. Because I mean, who knows? What if another pandemic situation happens? You know, at least you have this technology helping do everything in the middle to get everything set up, you know, and not have to worry about.
And that's what.
Go on.
That's kind of what we've seen, especially is like, you know, throughout the pandemic, you know, you know, like right now with real estate, people are overpaying. There's just not enough. You know, all the you know, some of the big markets, like, you know, a lot of people are overpaying. You know, sometimes I think I even saw like in Austin, I think the average price, like people are paying about $100,000 over just to get, you know, to get a home.
Wow.
That they would have had to pay $100,000 less for maybe a year or 2 years ago. And some of it has to do with, you know, kind of with the inflation and things going on with the market right now. But what we want to do the company that I work for is just try and like just provide the best resources and get you connected to the right people that can help you make the best decision for you.
Awesome.
And it's about empowering, people, both consumers and real estate professionals. So
Wow, so it just helps each other out. Like that's just the way I see it, like the way you're explaining it. So it's definitely a positive.
yeah, yeah, that's why I've been, in this industry the last, going on like 6 years now. It's something that, like I said, kind of lean towards leaving something in a better place than when you found it. In this case, it's, I guess, the real estate industry. So kind of along with that mission.
Nice. Well, I mean, it all makes sense, man. That's pretty good. That's some good vibe that you're putting out there, man. So real quick, let's move on to the next question, man. What do you feel that you contribute to your local community?
You know what? If anything, I believe I can actually be contributing more. So it's interesting that you mentioned that. So I believe it's July. I think it's the third month. I think it's 3 or 4 months. July 26th. It's on a Monday. That's all I know. I'm actually going to be volunteering at the food bank. The company that I work for, they provide us with a few hours of time that we have to use to give back to the community every year. So I feel very fortunate to be able to do that, to give my time and to, be a part of a company that, wants us to actually use our time to be involved in the community. So I'm actually volunteering at the food bank in a few weeks. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I hope to be involved with more charities, and we actually just did a fundraiser for AAPI month as well too. I helped donate to that. So I'm trying to do more actually. So that's the long answer. And by volunteering and donating to the AAPI charity and volunteering for the food bank, I just hope to do more things like that in the coming year.
Nice.
That's my answer. Sorry, it wasn't. I didn't have this great answer about like, I volunteer all my time in the world. My answer is I'm going to try and do more of that. So.
No, but that's still good, man. I mean, because a lot of people, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people, they don't even think about the community, or they don't even think about how they could help it or make it better. You know what I mean? But just the fact that you're able to do it, or even like that what you are saying is going to happen, that's just great. You know what I mean? Like that's just really good.
Yeah. I definitely have done more this year than I have done the previous years. But again, like I still feel like I can do more. So I'm gonna definitely a goal of mine for sure is to be selfless with my time a little more.
Nice. That's actually really good. That's a good goal, man. I'm trying to do that as well, just because it's like really hard to divide my time and then to give the time to what really needs to happen. This time management is just crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's just no way that there's enough time in the day to do everything you need to do.
Oh, they got me. I'm inside this brick. Yeah, I agree. And like I said, unfortunately, life happens, but I think it's good. Like, especially I think you just feel better about yourself, and it's always good to get back. And I always say, I never want to do things for attention. I think things should always be done with intention. And I can't tell you how many times, you see people on social media letting you know that they are volunteering or doing some sort of charitable action. I think that
it's just like some things are better left unsaid, man. Like it's always.
I don't know how genuine that is. If you have to like, oh, I'm doing this because I want people to see what I'm doing. It's like, no, like I said, do it with intention, not for attention. That's my answer.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense, because I mean at that point, if you're like, hey, look at me because I'm doing this, then it's like you're just really doing it for the gram. Yeah, for the gram. Like, for the gram, man. You're doing it for the gram, bro. And like, exactly. That's not genuine, man. Like, you're not going to go help somebody just because, oh, it's going to make me look good. You help somebody because you're just a good human being. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. You have compassion. You just want to be a decent human being. I agree.
Oh yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of that I wish would happen more, especially with a lot of the stuff that we've been going through. You know what I mean? But real quick, we did get another scrub, but it's okay because we're having fun answering questions. We got top 10. We're gonna take another quick break from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with more questions with Christian Reyna. We'll be right back. And we're back, and we're gonna go to Retail Row just because it's a nice spot, and we're gonna land there. And yeah, so Christian Reyna, man, the guy who wants to leave the world in a better place than he found it, and wants to do more charitable things with intention instead of for attention. Wow,
That's correct.
I man, that should be a T-shirt, you know? Like people should wear that.
It probably is, I'm sure. I'm sure it is, but you know what? If there's not, put a xSE7ENxellis logo on it, and you know, put on the merch section on your website.
Oh man, that'd be so great, right? You know, just have merch and just be like, this is what he said, even though like you said it, but okay, whatever.
And you're like, oh wait, let me get a website first.
yeah. Let me get there first, man. Let me get there first. We're still grinding and doing. All right, man. Well, so wow, it's just, I mean, I don't know, it's just so inspiring, everything you said, man. It just makes you think about life and makes me like want to do something different.
I'm not Gandhi or anything. You know what I mean? I'm not Gandhi. I'm not trying to be either, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But real quick, do you have any ambitions that have come to fruition?
You know, I'm always, you know, kind of looking ahead. You know, I think whatever I've done, I've accomplished in the past. Like, it's great, but you know, I'm always kind of looking for the next challenge. So like right now, I guess what you can say is like, you know, what's kind of on my mind. So I'm working on, like I mentioned before, you know, I've been working in, you know, like the technology space, real estate technology. I've actually have aspirations to, you know, move to the tech side of the business, as I like to call it. So currently right now, while I'm also working, I'm actually, you know, learning, you know, like web development, front end web development, soon, you know, back end, and then, you know, basically hope to, you know, be a software engineer one day. That's kind of the goal. Hopefully can accomplish that within maybe the next year or two. That's kind of like the timeline I have in my head, and you know, just want to, you know, constantly just wanting, you know, better and new things for myself, new challenges, and you know, I'm excited about that. So that's what I'm working for right now at this moment, on top of, you know, what I already am working on. So
wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you actually want to be on the side that you're going to tell the AI like, this is not what to do, but this is how you do it?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, whether it's with, you know, whether it's AI or like, you know, working on something else, you know, just kind of like in that that space, you know, like I mentioned, software engineering. I think, and the reason for that is, again, if we're talking like what I mentioned, like, you know, talking about leaving the world in a better place when you found it, you know, there are, I think, a lot of, you know, technology's everywhere, and I feel that, you know, sorry,
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I
you
can
got
talk.
somebody?
I'm just in the middle of trying not to get eliminated. Okay, there we go. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so I believe, like, you know, kind of being on the other side, on the tech side, you know, it's, if there's any kind of, you know, service or mission that you're working on, there's going to be some sort of technology that's behind that, and I want to, you know, build the applications, software, you know, etc., to do that.
Nice.
If that makes sense.
Nice. No, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's actually really cool,
Yeah,
man.
because there's, like I mentioned, there's technology everywhere, and if there's any way, you could be a part of it, like for example, like for instance, and I'm pretty sure everyone would give this example, but like imagine if you're like a um, software engineer, or if not just myself, but if it's anyone that wants to be like an engineer or something, and like if you want to work for like SpaceX to ensure the future of the human race, you know what I mean, like to make sure that humans are still alive. Well, that's the mission you're working towards, and you're working on the spacecraft that is going to one day transport humans to other planets. So it's that whole, that's basically kind of like an example.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty much like if you want Fortnite to be better, you would be on the engineer side to make it better.
Yeah, whatever that. Yeah, essentially, yeah.
No, I get you. I totally get you. Yeah, man, and it's gonna help out so much because literally everything that goes on technologically kind of shares a hand in hand with other companies and other technologies. Like for instance, if someone can learn that an algorithm works great here, they can apply that same algorithm to something else and change it up to fit their perspective, or their needs. And that usually helps out a lot in the end because science and technology go hand in hand to where a lot of experiments are made, and whether it was an epic fail first, they make it an epic win next, you know what I mean? And that's cool because like we just come so far with the ability to learn,
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's just constantly just wanting to just make things better.
Yeah, especially
whatever that is.
Yeah, especially since like especially since because the pandemic, man, I hate to go back to it. It's just like I feel the pandemic really divided and made a lot of things apparent that we never thought was there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you didn't really have to think about like, oh well, I have to distance myself, and then now you do, and then it's like, well, what else can we do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen there's some places where the mask mandates have eased up a bit, and even then it's still kind of like a shock to see people without masks.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's the recommendation is to get vaccinated and wear masks. People can do what they want, but like I said, even that, I've seen that just going to the store and you're like, oh wait, this person's not wearing a mask, and you kind of get that little mini rush, like I'm gonna tell them to put on a mask, and you're like, oh wait, it's optional now, it's not mandatory. So that's
like
interesting. Oh, I got the storm.
Oh yeah, but see, like to me, it's all about
take the river.
Yep, same here. Go down the waterfall, make sure we stay in the water. Oh my god. Okay, cool, got it. I thought I was gonna get fall damage. No, but the whole thing about it honestly is that it's just personal preference now, you know what I mean? Like if someone feels comfortable not to have it, fine. If someone wants to have it, that's great too. Now there's like, you really can't, I guess, say that you need it or that you should wear it, you know what I mean? Of course, in a perfect world, we'd wish that everybody would be vaccinated or take the proper precautions and
well, this whole thing is just over with, and
man, like seriously
kumbaya again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously. Okay, well, I mean, I know we've gone through a lot so far, from what you do to what you're trying to do, what you want to accomplish. So do you have any awesome memory that you truly hold on to? I mean, like just from anything, it doesn't necessarily have to be like your work or anything like that, just in general from your life so far.
You know what? Sometimes I think, lately, unfortunately, I lost my grandmother earlier this year. So like I've been not a day hasn't gone by where I don't think about her, like just think about a time or a memory. So that's going to be my answer because,
No, yeah, I get you, man. I'm so sorry about that.
I guess this kind of maybe can answer another thing where, this past year, with the world shutting down, I was, working from home, and I got the opportunity to go back to home where I live and spend some time with my grandmother. And, I pretty much saw her every day, unlike, the previous few years where I'd see her, just on the important holidays. So like I really feel that I made up for lost time, seeing her. So
Wow. Yeah.
that it was definitely like I'll always remember that. Like I think everyone's gonna come out of this pandemic and everyone's gonna have different memories and feelings and things like that. But that's what I'll always remember about it is I got to spend some really good quality time with my grandmother before she passed. These things on my head.
Oh no. Oh no, our voices are changed because we have these aliens on our heads. Where are you?
I just got mine off.
Okay, can
I'm
you
in
come?
the water.
Can you come and shoot mine, please? There you go. Thank you. Wow, what a change, man. We're talking about a great memory, and it's like
I know.
alien voice changes everything. Wow. No, man, but that's really good. Like that's a good way of thinking it. Like you made it for lost time, and you're able to at least have those moments before it was too late, man. And that's actually really good. A lot of people are not fortunate enough to go through that. And again, I have the alien stuck on my head.
Hey, well, come this way.
I'm going. All right, cool. Let's go.
I don't know if we're gonna make it, man.
Oh no. Well, I do have a med kit. Do we have a vehicle? Oh no, we're stuck in the storm, man.
I know. Use the river this time.
No, we cannot. Oh.
You only have one med kit?
Yes, I'm gonna take it right now. So just keep running, just keep going. I'm gonna try to follow your trail because if I can still save you, I'm gonna save you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'll get as close as I can.
And then even at that, man, like, oh my god, it's so risky.
Will the fire work if I light it or no?
Yeah, it can. It'll give you some health right now.
Okay, I have a fire going right now.
All right. Wow, we are so stuck in the storm. Okay, well, while we're running from the storm, so I mean, you kind of answered this earlier, but I guess maybe reiterate, or if you just want to go a different route with it, what made you stay on the career path that you have chosen?
So stay, like I said, I've I guess because like I really kind of believe in the mission. Like I said, it's just here's this problem, here's real estate, and I personally have seen both sides of it where it can be better, and the first company that I was with, they made a lot of great strides into trying to accomplish that, but I feel that there's still a lot more work. There's still a lot more work to. Oh, that got us.
Yeah, that got us.
There's still a lot more work that can be done to. Basically, the problem's not solved yet. It's kind of like there's a puzzle that you want to finish. It's like an 1,000-piece puzzle, and maybe like.
You want us to go to the lobby? I'm sorry.
No, we do. I know. There's like a 1,000-piece puzzle, and like I don't know. Even though it's been 5-6 years, maybe only 100 pieces have actually been put together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not complete yet.
Oh,
I don't know if it ever will, but like I said, I'm just gonna try and do my part to keep on trying to complete that puzzle.
No, yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, especially like that strive and that drive to want to keep doing it. So yeah, man. Well, that's crazy. That is crazy. Like it's because I mean I interview like a lot of people, right? So I go through the motions, and everybody I interview is very interesting and stuff like that. But it amazes me on how a lot of the people I interview are somewhat similar as far as like the drive goes, or like the will to want to do good in what they're doing, or
Sure.
to do it better. And I think that's really cool because you know, that just gives more hope to the world that there's actually good people out there. The thing is, like, no one is actually seeing it because I feel like we're submerged by what the media wants us to see, which is, I'm not gonna say a lot of negativity, but I do feel like there's more negative out there than there is positive, and I feel like we need to.
That brings in ratings, man. The bad news brings in ratings.
Yeah, you know, and like that's just something that I would like to change myself. Like if I can educate more positivity, or just on how to take a negative mood and turn it into a positive situation, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
You know,
it's all about having the right mindset. I think, you know, I think that's what goes a long ways. I think, you know, it's something simple as like how you start your day. Like you're the one that kind of ultimately decides what kind of day you're gonna have, and you know, it's not something you can learn overnight, but I think it's something you can, you know, practice and just try and keep getting better at, and just really focus on the things that you can control and try not to stress on things that you can't. Sounds easier said than done, but even, you know, that's taken me a few years to, I wouldn't say master, but I've gotten a lot better at. But again, it's just, you know, it's always kind of a work in progress, but just, you know, really being able to differentiate, you know, what you can and can't control. You know, hopefully there's others that think that way. I think it brings a lot of benefit to life, but again, I'm not telling anyone how to live here, so.
No, I totally get you, man. Well, you know what, Christian Reyna, man, it was so good, like, to actually talk to you and to interview you. So thank you so much, man, for doing the interview and being on the show.
Yeah, man. You know, thanks for having me, and you know, best of luck with all this moving forward, and you know, I'm sure we'll play again at some point.
Oh yeah, man, go ahead, add me. I mean, I know it's not your personal gamer tag, but I mean, you know, just add me when you get to yours, and we can go to play some more, man.
Yeah, I'll text you afterwards, and we'll, you know, exchange pleasantries.
We'll have my people call your people.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. So this has been 7 questions with xSE7ENxellis Gaming, and we played some Fortnite. We talked to Christian Reyna, and we're gonna go ahead and end this show and tune in next time. And there you go. Have a good one.